Hi, this is Yolanda Davis coming to you from Bellevue, Washington, and I'd like to thank you for taking your time to listen to this presentation. Somebody obviously cared about you to invite you to this, and we're really glad that you're taking your time to learn about what we're doing. We started this reShape 90 program as really a grassroots effort up here in the Northwest to help people to get in better health and to learn how to better take care of themselves and help them to meet their health goals. I'm honored to introduce you to our guest speaker, Kelly White. And Kelly White is a graduate of Baxter University with a degree in nutrition science, and she does a phenomenal job of doing an overview of this reShape 90 program and really giving you an idea of what it would look like if you took on the challenge to go through the program. And she will explain in an overview. We can get more details from the person that invited you onto this call, but she's going to give a great overview to the program and give you an idea of how it works. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the call over to our special guest speaker, Kelly White. Kelly, are you there?
Great. I am here. Thank you so much, Yolanda. I'll tell you, I am really excited about this program. It's been about 18 months now. We have seen so many successes of people, all walks of life, that go through this program, whether they have, 10 pounds to lose up to 100 pounds to lose. And it's just refreshing for me to see people rebuild their lives and reshape their lives. And so I've just been really excited to be a part of this. I'm going to just start off really quickly with this slide here because this is really my passion. I mean, we have a terrible problem in this country of being overweight. 75% of Americans are overweight. It's appalling to me to think about this. And you can see this little map here, the Centers of Disease Control, this little map. You can see what it looked like in 1985 and how that obesity now has just grown into these, into the red zone there. It's terrible. The worst part for me, and to really think of this, and all of you should be concerned, is that 18% of our children are obese. And this is it's just become a health crisis in this country. It is also spreading worldwide. Since our diet here in America is the envy of most of the world, we're seeing the result of that in some of these other countries. So let's just look at this next slide. And I'm just going to briefly go through this because you all know, what can happen with being overweight and being obese. I don't have to lay this out for you. If we don't take care of this problem now and treat this, we're going to have a huge problem later, and it's costing us. In healthcare, it's costing us in our quality of life. And you can just see there from some of those, the stats and some of the health problems, what is the problem. Well, here's what I know to be true. When I got out of Baxter University 24 years ago, I wanted to teach the truth to people. That was my mission, to get the word to as many people as possible about our food supply in this country. And all of you know that this is probably the biggest concern we have. We have some big food issues. We rely on prepackaged processed food because of our fast-paced lifestyle. We're a fast food nation. We're known for that. It amazes me that we're so proud of it. Snacks and coffee drinks and all kinds of things that are happening and adding extra calories to our day, and not to mention the blood sugar issues that are being caused by it. 50% of our children that are born today, do you guys know this? 50% will have diabetes if we don't do something about this. The results you can see here, sugar, fat, and salt are highly addictive. And that is the biggest problem with this and the food industry plays on this. They make foods to be, have mouthfeel to them and to taste good and to be addictive. And they work on this. Our food supply, our food companies are the largest industry in the world, and they make sure that we're going to get this food. Here's the problem. Toxins and additives are getting stuck in our fat cells. And what happens is if you keep loading those fat cells up with more toxins and more additives and more GMOs, genetically modified foods, what happens is those fat cells get bigger and bigger and bigger. And for the first time in the history of the world, we've never seen a population of people so large as we have here. 36% of us in the United States are obese. It's appalling. So what affects this also is the insulin sensitivity from some of the way that our body processes food. Has to do with hormones. It has to do with our stress. It has to do with the chronic dieting that's going on. And we all know this is tied to psychological issues. So this is things that we have to deal with. Look at, we're relying on these energy drinks. Look at these, Krispy Kreme donuts here, 280 calories, 62 grams of sugar, caffeine. I mean, look, everybody's stopping in at Starbucks having a coffee a day. And we just are adding extra calories and not looking at food as fuel for our body. And that is the problem here. It's just a comfort thing. It's an addiction thing. It's not about fuel anymore. So that's where we want to start looking at. There's been no real breakthrough in years. When I first wanted to go out and teach the truth to people, I was looking at different programs that were out there. That we haven't had a big breakthrough. You've had, unless you call lap band and gastric bypass a breakthrough. You've got a lot of these programs out there that are big box weight management programs, and they're relying on prepackaged processed food. Remember in the beginning, one of those earlier slides I mentioned, this prepackaged processed food is the problem. And if these programs work, you tell me why 76% of us are overweight today in this country. And it's growing. So let's just look at a new way. Let's look at a new thing that we've really come to know. We've got to do something. We've got this problem here in America, and we need an immediate solution. And until one comes through, we've kind of found something that is really working for us. This reShape 90 is a little bit different than anything you've ever heard of. One is that we work on a detoxification process to get those cells cleaned out, get that body back, and detoxify those cells. And we do this by putting people on a very alkaline diet, a very specific diet for 30 days, and we have a maintenance phase that goes with it. We're going to address the micronutrient deficiencies using advanced supplement protocol. Now, what I mean by that is there's a lot of people walking around out there that whether they're obese or overweight or underweight, they have a micronutrient deficiency, and that is why our food supply has changed over the years. The energy levels and the stress levels and sleep patterns in this program improve, and we address that with the advanced supplement protocol that we use. Each client in this program is assigned to a personal coach, and it also, the reShape 90 also resets your metabolism to a new lower weight. One of my concerns when we first got this program and we paired it together, we felt that it wouldn't be successful unless the people kept the weight off. Now, we're finding that if you follow this program that is addressed in this book that comes with it, the people that follow the program to a T are the people that are having success in keeping the weight off, in which I would like to qualify that as success in a weight management program. This program encourages compliance for a couple of reasons. Weight loss is typically 20 to 30 pounds of fat loss in 30 days. Now, at the beginning, that may seem phenomenal to you, but I'll tell you why as we go through this, why that works. We use all natural, no hormones or stimulants in this program. It basically reshapes your body, so we're going to kind of eliminate some of that unwanted fat that it'll come off places that you've maybe had a hard time having it come off before, around the belly, the hips, the thighs, those kind of arms. What I love about it is that it educates you on healthy eating, cooking, shopping, portion control, and also, I don't have in here, self-care, taking care of yourself, making sure that you have food available to you at consistent times during the day. And what I like is that we are not offering prepackaged processed food. There are no shakes in this program, although we do have that option if you need it. We're finding that our clients have no hunger cravings, and we're going to break that addiction cycle. So the program comes with a book, a recipe, shopping list, a tracker, where we're going to monitor your BMI, which is your body mass index. It's a ratio of height to weight. We're also going to measure your antioxidant health status, kind of assess where you are now and improve that as we go through the program. We're finding this is very safe, it's effective, and we're getting long-term results, which I think is the most important thing about it. So, those are just a few reasons I'm just really excited about the program. And as we go through this, I'm going to kind of walk you through sort of how it works. Many of you may have heard and may have been attracted because the weight loss is typically 30 pounds in 30 days. But what I want you to know is that it's teaching you lifestyle skills that will last a lifetime, and also it will help with your compliance. So here's some of our, men obviously lose more weight than women. Typically the men on our program are losing 25 to 35 pounds, the women somewhere between 18 to 25, although we've seen more with women, and depending on the more weight you have to lose, that's really going to make a difference. So that sounds crazy, doesn't it, to lose that much weight in that short a time. I'll tell you how we do it. We use detoxification, as I said, and advanced nutrition support. We also have a temporary fix that's going to assist with some of the detoxification symptoms that people go through. One, we use some drops that uses a vibrational technology, and this is used for a minimum of 23 days and a maximum of 40 days. We have a load phase and a detox phase that you use that in, and I'll explain that in just a minute. It's actually vibrationally charged liquids, and what it does, it's similar to homeopathics, although it is not a homeopathic, and what it does is it helps pull the fat from abnormal storage areas in the body. And what we do is we use an all-natural vegetable glycerin base. As you can see here, it's gluten, alcohol, and hormone-free. And then we use a very specific low alkaline diet to clean the cells. Now, this is just for a brief period of time. And what we do in the interim is we also get the body down to a very cellular level here. And then what we're doing is rebuilding it and getting that body back to its more natural state so that it can begin to act like it did when you were a kid and start burning fat and metabolizing and absorbing the nutrients that your body needs. And how we use this as a tool is we use some nutraceuticals, which the term supplements I use as nutraceuticals. They're not like pharmaceuticals, but they help support detox and maintenance phase, and it brings the body back to that more natural level, like I said. So that's basically kind of how the program works. Now I'm going to get a little more specific here, and let's talk about the different phases of it. Actually, there are 4 phases. Let's start with loading and preparation phase. The loading phase is going to prepare your body for fat burning. And what you do is you take some drops, those drops, sublingually 3 times a day underneath your tongue. Use 10 drops in between food. And for the first 2 days of the program, you're going to just use the drops, and you're going to eat as much fat as you possibly can. Now, this is where it gets a little dicey for people because they don't want to, it sounds like it's a little bit of a dichotomy to what we're really doing here. But what we're doing is we're preparing your body for fat burning. And what that does is it puts the fat into the bloodstream so that on the 3rd day, when you go into the detox, or what we call the burn phase, your body will pull fat from these abnormal storage areas rather than taking it from the lean body mass. So this is a very important part of the program. The little booklet that you get with the program will walk you through this. It will give you instructions on how to do it. Step 2, the fat burning phase, comes with a very specific menu. And this menu and all of the foods that are in the menu are listed in the book. You basically get 2 proteins a day, 2 vegetables a day, 2 fruits a day from a very limited list. And the book will guide you through this. This is food that you prepare yourself, you buy yourself. We walk you through that. The book has little recipes in there that will guide you through that. If you like to cook, great. If you don't, it's also going to be good. If you're prepared ahead of time and prepare your food, this program is usually not a problem. You kind of get into a zone and you can just go with it. A gallon of water a day. Now that sounds crazy, but your teas will count. We have herbal teas in the program. We're going to ask that you don't use coffee. If you are a coffee drinker, we have a couple solutions for that. Your personal coach can walk you through that. The book gives you ideas, concentrated teas and things that we can sweeten with stevia, which is the only sweetener we use in the program, can help you, assist you with that. But that's very specific and for a reason. We've got to get your body into that alkaline state so it can rest. And when that happens, we're going to rebuild it again with these nutritional supplements that we use in the program. During step 2, you're going to continue those drops that you used during the loading phase, and then you're going to add the supplements in. Typically, this will happen on the 3rd day. And then step 3, preparing for maintenance, is only 3 days. And what you do is you end the drops and discard them, but you stay on the same specialized menu. And you stay on that for 3 days, and then you transition into what we call maintenance and stabilizing. And what happens in maintenance is we want to stabilize all of that weight. All of the weight, typically, will be lost in the first 30 days. And you record that weight on the final day, and then you go into stabilization, where you're going to go no more than 2 pounds over the weight on that final day or 2 pounds under the weight. And the reason for that is we want to reset your metabolism so that it can your body can kind of get to this new weight, set a new set point. And then that really helps prepare the body for real life, okay? So the first part of maintenance is we're going to increase your calories a bit. We're going to learn what those healthy portion sizes are. And you're going to be weighing every morning and recording your food still. So if you begin to lose weight, you don't have enough calories. You've got to bring those calories up because you don't want to have too low calories in this maintenance phase. Otherwise, every time you eat food the rest of your life, you're going to gain weight. So what we're trying to do is get the body to trust you again. You've got to be eating. You've got to be taking care of that. On the reverse side, if you eat too much, you're going to have to the next day adjust that. Now, what I like about this program, one of my favorite parts, is we're going to start to see maybe some food sensitivities coming into play here. And what's great about that is you're going to be able to adjust the food you eat, and you'll be able to see, okay, well, maybe, I have a sensitivity to milk. When you add a dairy product, you may see the next day you're up 4 pounds. Or you may see a skin sensitivity or a headache or fogginess or fatigue. You're going to be so in tune with your body at this point, you're going to know everything that goes into it. Then part 2 is the last 3 weeks of maintenance is almost like real life. We're going to add back in the starches and the sugar and the alcohol and things like that. And you've got to be very careful in this phase. And you maintain within 2 pounds every morning of that weight. Now, there's a couple rescues for it in the book. If this happens that you've gone up too much or you've gone down too much, you and your coach can work on that together. And that's the beautiful thing about this program. You got not only that coach, you're going to have, the thousands of us that are out there coaching this program now that have dealt with everything, every kind of modality on this. It might be a good time for me to say that with any weight management program, always check with your healthcare provider. Make sure that a weight management program is right for you. We have some papers that we can send to your clinician, and they can feel comfortable about this program. And, your coach can talk to them, and we have a lot of resources for that. My favorite, I keep saying my favorite part of the program, but I'll tell you what, I really would not sell this program with those drops and books separately from the nutrition support that goes with this program. It is state-of-the-art. It's quite advanced. The products have all been double-blind, clinically studied, and we use these 5 products in the detox phase. Now, we can adjust this in month 2 and month 3 of the program, and in most cases we do, and that is where we'll work with your healthcare coach in that process. When I said we were micronutrient deficient, what we use is a multivitamin mineral And this addresses all of your cardiovascular, bone, and immune support. All of the nutrients that you're not getting from the food that you're not eating, or in America's case, the food we are eating is toxic, so we need to take care of that. We also use a vitality formula, and really this is what it says it is. This, I call these my little puppy pills. This is going to increase your energy, your stamina, your clarity. This works with the mitochondria. And most of our mitochondria lay in our muscle, our heart, and our brain tissue. And so what we do with this product is make sure that you stay on this one the entire program. Remember in the beginning when I was showing those coffee drinks and those sugary drinks, people are just needing more energy. And as we age, our mitochondria doesn't fire like it used to. So we're going to address that in this program, and you're going to have a lot more stamina and a lot more clarity than you've had in a long time. And that's really important when you're focused and your body is burning like it is. The detoxification formula we use, it has milk thistle in it, and it gives extreme liver and kidney support, which you really need in the beginning. Because when you're in that detox phase, those toxins are dumping into the blood, and it's providing all kinds of problems typically. So we want to make sure that it's not hard on the liver and kidney, and that's why that detox program is important. I would also encourage you to use a tea, one of the detox teas that are on the market. You can get at the grocery store. That would be a good addition to the program, especially when you're detoxing. And remember to drink a lot of water during that phase. The other thing is we provide a probiotic. Now, this probiotic is a very powerful one, and what it does is it puts that good gut flora and that bacillus back into the gut, and that's going to help with digestion and elimination. It also, did you know, 90% of our immune system is in our gut? And this is one of the products that I keep in my medicine cabinet. In fact, I like to teach people to build their medicine cabinets with nutraceuticals or supplements that provide that can help with little ailments that they may typically run to the doctor to get pharmacy for. What you need to do is start thinking about rebuilding your own pharmacy with food and with nutrients and nutraceuticals that will support your health for the rest of your life, because you're going to be a lot younger when you get through with this program. You're going to feel a lot better. You're not going to want to feel bad again. So this probiotic is really going to aid in that and help you rebuild your immune system and also help with digestion. Now, one of my favorite parts of this program is addressing the cortisol. Cortisol is that hormone that we produce, fight or flight. It's the one where the mom can lift the car off the baby, or you come out of our bodies were designed to, come out of the cave and fight the tiger, and we're designed to get this cortisol rush to help us through emergencies. Well, the problem is we're dumping that cortisol into our blood every day, high levels of it with all the stress we have. Bells are ringing, cars are honking, you've got teenagers at home, things are happening. And we know from studies that most people who are overweight have high levels of cortisol in their blood. Cortisol, what it does is it lays belly fat right around the bad part of your body where it causes health issues. So that belly fat is caused by high levels of stress. You've seen slim people with large stomachs, and partly because it is just that stress is packing around that part of their body. So what we have is a product that is, what it has in it is a constituent of green tea called theanine. And what theanine does is it levels out those highs and lows that you have throughout the day. It also works with the addiction centers of the brain. It helps get you into that deep REM sleep at night, which is very important. A lot of people who don't sleep are typically overweight. And it helps with mood control. It also burns belly fat like crazy. And that's why we keep people on that cortisol program the entire time that they're with us, which is 90 days. So what we're going to do is ask that you join us for 90 days with this program with advanced nutritional support. Now, we can adjust these. Typically, we're going to keep people on the multivitamin for the program for the entire 90 days, and the vitality, and the cortisol management. After you're detoxing, you won't need the detox. and you will no longer probably need the probiotic, but a lot of people do if you have digestive issues or feel that you want to stay on that. So that's how that works. I'm just blown away by the results we've had with the pairing of the drops and book, which are from one company, and with the advanced nutrition support from another company. We've had incredible results with these two together. So you're probably saying, okay, well, what do I do next? Definitely you're going to want to set your goals. This is a personal journey that you all have. So it is about your personal time schedule. I recommend that you get out your calendar and you look at it good, and make sure that you have 30 days to commit to the detox phase. Now I ask people, I've told people, give me 7 days and you're going to feel great. Some people typically through the detox phase, the first 2 or 3 days, you're kind of adjusting. You're trying to get used to your new schedule. We'll find a little bit of leeway there. So get to the 7th day, and you're going to feel great. But mark out that calendar to give yourself 30 days. And typically we want you to commit for a lifetime, obviously. But the 90-day program is what we're requiring you to get into this group, because we really want to help change people's lives. So what you do is you buy the drops and book from your coach. You can write them a check, or some of them take credit cards, and just make sure that you get that set up. We have some preferred customer forms, so we can set up a wholesale account for the supplement program if you manage it yourself. If you don't want to do that, you can buy it retail from your health coach, and they can talk to you about that. Basically, you want to get a baseline scanner score. Now, this is a program where we're going to assess. I said we check your BMI, and we also check your antioxidant levels. What we're going to do with the scanner is we're going to give you sort of a baseline. If your coach has one or has access to one, or if you have a place you can go where you can get scanned, we can talk to you a little more about that. But we want to make sure that we get a baseline score for you. Make sure that you take pictures. Oh my gosh, I wish so many people, nobody wants to do this part of it, but I'll tell you what, it makes such a difference. You're going to be so glad you did. And also measurements. We find some people are losing more weight when they go through the program, and some are losing more inches. So really take those measurements and make sure you do that. There's a place to do that in the book, back of the book. And we really want you to read through that booklet 2 times before beginning. Make sure that you are committed to do this. And if you are, and the timing is right for you in your journey, then we're going to ask you to make a commitment to join us in this. The whole point of this program really is to change lives. And we want people to really get on this bandwagon of, let's get back to basics really with our health. Let's get back to, looking at food as fuel for the body and get that done. I also, really think it's important to really have a laser-focused vision in this. Really look at it as, okay, it's time for me. I'm gonna see it. I'm going to make sure that I get it. So get out your calendar. I already said that, and set aside those days. We really are going to ask you to join us on this mission to change the weight of the nation. I'm going to just finish here and ask you to contact the coach that sent you to this website and get back in contact with them. Let them know that you're ready to start, or when you would be, or if you have more questions, get those answered. Make sure you do that before you start the program. So I think with that, I will end this, and we look forward to continuing this journey and sharing it with you.